Okay, there are many tips that you can also use on Desmos, and what I'd like to show you today is some specification you can edit on Desmos to show you how you would display them. So for example, let's say you want to graph the y equal to x squared. So I'm gonna go y is equal to x squared. Okay, so that's great. So that's the graph we have. But what you want to do is also to label it, right? You want to show the graph on the template. So what you can do is you can create the coordinate, for example, random coordinate. I'm just going to put it as a 3,1. So on here, that's the coordinate. So what you can do on the coordinate is you can hold this icon of the dot for a long time, hold it. And here you can see the label and drag. So what I like to do is just move around this coordinate. Imagine I want to display the equation y is equal to x squared. At the moment, it doesn't do anything. However, if you go to the front, start enclosing this equation with the backtick name next to 1. In the keyboard, next to 1, usually you have a backtick. And then enclose this also with the backtick. And as you can see, it displays professional looking function. So you can move around, and what you can do is you can click this coordinate here, which is going to be disabling the coordinate, only displaying the function. For example, let's say you want to describe it as a sine function. So I'm going to display y is equal to sine x. That is beautiful. And here, let's say I want to display that this is a sine function. What I can do here is just create a random coordinate. Brilliant. And I'm going to label it backtick. I'm going to put y is equal to backslash sine x and backtick close. So as you can see, it's going to show you this professional looking sine function. So I'm going to make it draggable. And now I'm going to put it around here. And I'm going to click this one, unmark that. That means you can now only see the function display. So it's a nice technique of displaying the function. Many students also try to display the picture of their kind, create coordinates there, find the regression. So what we can do here is maybe to insert a graph. What you can do here is to press this add item and then press image. And here, as you can see, you can move around the center as you wish. Maybe you can press 0,2 and to move it a bit above, right? So maybe I would put it as 0,1. Doesn't matter, right? So maybe I would call it origin. So as you can see, you can move around. Or I think you can drag also. Yep, then you can move around the coordinate there, and then I will not make it draggable, but place behind the graph. As you can see, you can find the positioning of your graph as you wish. And what I like to do is to show you a little nice technique of displaying the coordinates. So coordinate 6,0. And as you can see, I got random creation of coordinate. What I like to do is to select drag. And what I'm going to do is in fact go to the setting, edit here, and then I'm going to make duplicates of these coordinates. So let's say 5 of them. And what the purpose of this is because I wanted to get the image of the sunglasses, let's say. So I'm going to put these coordinates in the constant gap so that you can maybe find a function to describe these sunglasses, right? So it's a very common sort of a practice that students often do to get a graph of an image. So in this way, you can show your person engagement and use of technology to be able to display the function. So I've gathered the coordinates right now. What you can do is, using this data, you can create your own list. What you can do is press this add item button here. I'm going to create a table here. I'm going to put those coordinates that I found. So I'm going to create 1.4, 0.4, 1.15, 0.505. So these are the collection of the coordinates that I've created hand by hand. Okay, that's beautiful. And what you can do is you can hold this collection of the dots here. Just hold it. And what you can do is, as you can see, you can add a regression. So I'm gonna click that regression here. So then they're going to display some of the functions that you can find within the Desmos. So you can maybe select quadratic that pass through, and as you can see, that's beautiful. It is passing very well. Maybe I can go for the cubic. Maybe I can go for the quartic. And as you can see, they also give you the coefficient of determination, for which you can also generally use for the argument of being accurate. Okay, so I think I like quartic here, so that's beautiful, so I'm going to use it. And if you want to take out this function here, you can export to the expression list here. Just click on it, then boom, I have the function that I want to describe. And I'm gonna unclick this so that I can only display the function in blue line here. And what you can do is you can also set up the domain. How you can set up the domain is the following. Go to the function that you exported, go to the end of the function, and then you can create this parenthesis, middle parenthesis. And then as you can see, my coordinates start from 0.136, so that's gonna be the x minimum. So 0.136 x, and the upper bound, I'm gonna enclose it within 1.4. So as you can see, you can display the function that is going to capture the image of the sunglasses, some parts of it, and that's one way to just find the function. I mean, there are many ways, but this way you can also show your person engagement that I've actually gathered the coordinates. It shows your engagement, and also the level of use of technology here is pretty nice because you're using the the graph, coordinates, and the regression. And why you think it's correct, because in the technology they say the coefficient of determination is pretty much close to 1, so there's less error here, etc. So there are lots to discuss. So these are some of the tips that I can share. Oh well, on the first tip I told you, maybe you can display the function here. So I'm going to, let's say, I'm going to select the function, and then let's say I'm going to create a random coordinate, let's say 2, 0.5. That's great. And here I'm going to make it draggable, label, and then I'm going to start using the backtick next to 1. Put the function that I have just pasted, just copy it, and then close the backtick. As you can see, it shows a beautiful representation of the function. So I'm going to make it draggable. Oh, it was already draggable. So you can drag the function around to display that, yeah, that's going to be the function that I'm going to use on the GeoGebra, and it's just nice. But of course, you can change the color. I'm just doing it hodgepodge, but for example, if you just press yellow, and maybe this one coordinate as orange, same color, that will be more presentable. Right, so those were the quick tips that I also wanted to show you whenever you are using the Desmos. This is a very common practice. Okay, thank you.